The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create an RSS feed. An RSS feed is what often your phone uses to get the latest news from different sources, and it can pull in from a multitude of different sources and give you the latest up-to-date information. This is a quicker way to pull latest news when you're following a certain subject, such as sports or the news or the stock market, etc., etc. This uses a language very similar to HTML, but it's called XML, which stands for Extendable Markup Language. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these different attributes from Extendable Markup Language, and we're going to work with it, and we're going to code onto our website an XML feed that then we can access and then add to the blog that we designed. So with our XML feed, these two sections right here at the very top are essentially our heading for the XML. So I currently created feed test, and I had a little mistake there, so I'm going to go delete it. Inside the web editor here, we can go into our folder, or if you're using an outside web source, you can also create a blank page and then change the extension. But we're going to call it feed test dot. You use the extension XML, since that's the language we're using, Extendable Markup Language. And then you go on in, and we're going to go in and create this. So the first thing I'm going to do is create our heading. XML version equals 1.0, encoding equals UTF-8. Now you see UTF-8 a lot in working also with databases, and we're not going to get into the specifics, just know that the encoding is the UTF-8 standard. And then RSS version equals 2.0. Now, with the RSS feed, we can jump back and forth between, well, not really jump back and forth, but we use two main sections. We have the channel, which we only use once at the beginning to describe our channel, and then we also use the item. And within the channel and item, we have three different attributes: the title, the link, and the description. The channel runs the entire distance. However, the item we then separate into each individual item. So we're going to create a channel that has two different items. So we'll start here with a channel. We'll do our end channel. See how it's very similar to HTML. And we're going to give our channel a title. We'll call it Mr. Meixel Feed. I hesitate to use the apostrophe because then we have to get into some special characters. The link, we'll make it go to our class website. And then we'll also make a description saying this is our class website. Cool. Whoopsie. There we go. You can see the cursor is a little harder to see here. Now, once we do that, then we create an item, and we're going to do the exact same three within the item. So our item needs a title, and we're going to make it first link to the blog, which I call Mr. Meixel Tech Blog. There's an epiphany for you. The link to the blog is http:// mrmeixeltech.blogger.com, and this is learn about classroom technology / description. Now, for each item we want to put into the RSS feed, this is what we're adding. So I'm going to do another one real quick, just copy paste it, save some time. I'm going to do Google. I'm just going to make it go to Google.com. and then search for something. If you did not want it to have a link anywhere, then you would just leave out link, but you still need title because that's the text that shows up. And then we also need the description, and you'll see why here in a moment. And our RSS feed, that is set up correct. We're going to hit save. And before we go to part 2 of this video, where we actually add the feed to our blog, you need to see that it is here on our current website so that we are able to access it. And we're going to need this link here. So for me, it's mikesolo.phstudios.com/feedtest.xml. And there is our RSS feed. Each item is able to drop, as we can see, but we are currently looking at 2 items coming up in our feed. So the channel, you'll see how it relates here in a second when we add it to the blog. Channel's the title, or channel's the main channel title, and each item has a title, link, and description.